Hello, Vishay.
Hello, Nidhi. How are
Welcome
you?
to episode 2 of Vishay and Nidhi Review Stuff. I would like to start with a review of Vishay, and you're getting 2 on 10 for punctuality.
Thank you.
Extremely late for our meeting. You're in the same house and you've been pottering around for a really long time doing I don't know what. This is not expected from a
I was
reviewer.
actually doing some revision of the TV series that we're going to review today. So
I
I
see.
think I'm better prepared than you are for today's episode.
Let's see. I doubt it.
Mm.
Although
Okay,
you
go
did
ahead.
revise it properly, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
If your son should see this when he's studying for maths, the kind of revision his father does for a show that nobody watches. Well,
No, no, but
but
this is a very good show after a very long time.
yeah. Okay, great. So, do you want to
Yes.
introduce the show?
No, no, you go ahead.
Okay, so we're reviewing The Day of the Jackal. Well, we used to call it Jackal because I remember that's the word hearing. I remember hearing when I was a child. There was also a movie by the same name, right? Was it a day or the night of the
Day,
Jackal?
day.
Day only.
Very much day.
But then after we saw the show, we heard them mention the word is jackal. So that's how it's pronounced. It's jackal. This is a reboot of the movie, which was based on a book. And this reboot is released in 2024. It's a British spy thriller. The book was originally written by Frederick Fawcett. And this particular series is a 10-part series. It stars Eddie Redmayne as the Jackal and Lashana Lynch as the cop who's after him. It was written and created by Ronan Bennett and directed by a whole bunch of people. And surprise, surprise, we saw this on Geo Cinema yet again. Seems to be our favorite streaming app.
They have great content.
They really do. By the way, there was a joke about this show on the Golden Globes where someone said this show is about someone trying to catch this super sniper or whatever, but no one can catch him because he's on Peacock, which is this streaming service which is apparently not very well used in the US. Not a good joke? No, not very amused.
Not
Okay.
really.
So yeah, anyway, so Vishy, do you want to give us a summary of what happens in the show?
Not really. I just want to review it.
You're the one
I
who's
mean,
revised it. You can give us a one-line summary.
I, yeah, I mean, he's a sniper who's assassinating people. There's a cop who's chasing him.
Ah,
Basically,
ठीक है.
yeah,
Okay, good enough. The
good enough.
sniper. And yeah, he's it's set in Europe,
All over Europe.
all over
All
Europe.
over. Actually, that's beautifully, Europe is beautifully covered in this movie.
Yeah.
Like some of the, yeah, Spain, uh, where else do they go? Croatia, uh,
Tallinn in Estonia. In fact,
France.
there is London also featured, but that's probably the least, right?
Yeah.
They've really featured a
Mm,
lot of other places across Europe. Yeah.
true.
So, okay.
Belfast.
Overall thoughts. Mota mota.
Amazing, amazing show to binge watch. I really loved it. Saw something interesting that I enjoyed after a very long time on TV. Beautifully made. I mean, the movie itself is a legend, and I think they've done a fabulous job keeping up the spirit of the original movie, but at the same time adapting to current times and I mean, obviously great actors, except that cop. I don't know what's her name you mentioned. I mean, her character, her acting, everything was very disappointing. I mean, the same cliche of a cop trying to be rebellious and going, opposing authority, having family problems. It's too done and dusted. So I think that was very, very. Fortunately, OTT allows you to fast forward. So I fast forward all her scenes. And for those who are about to watch, you will miss nothing at all. So you don't have to even bother. You can just, the minute she comes on screen, you can just start fast forwarding.
That is Vishay.
Yes.
That's not fair.
I mean, it's true.
she is the mastermind. She's so okay. Let's give a little more about this show. Like you said, it's a sniper. He's a hired hand and hired assassin, right? And he pulls off this huge assassination. And this woman sitting in UK, she puts things together. So she's not a complete dud. She's figured things out. She has inside knowledge into certain things that helps her.
Yeah, yeah, she's a cop and she does a job. I'm just saying the way
Yeah.
her characters play, the actress itself I didn't like. Reminded me of a character from our Ramayan. Uh,
What do you mean? I, what?
Ravan's sister,
I don't know.
whose
Okay, sorry.
nose was cut.
Vishay,
Yes.
okay, fine, whatever. This is like a, we said, unfiltered podcast with your
Uh,
thoughts.
that's it's my opinion,
I
right?
should say
I'm
that
not
this is
saying
not a
that.
joint opinion. This is Vishay's personal opinion.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
And I'm
I
sure
did
many
not
will
think that
agree.
at all of the cop.
Yeah.
I thought she did a good job. The actress did a good job. In fact, I have a grouse with the filmmakers. So, and this is something I've been noticing a lot. I feel a lot of shows, they know how to light up and do makeup for white people only. And the second a person of color comes on screen, they don't know what to do. I've seen this even with Indians, like perfectly nice looking Indians, like in Bridgerton and stuff. I don't know what makeup they put on them, what kind of lighting is used, because our skin
No.
tone is completely different. And I feel the same had been done to this girl. Her skin looked awful,
How
and
about
then
Harry Belly in James Bond?
I don't
They
remember.
did a fantastic job.
I mean, now, so there are people like Halle Berry who are just naturally like perfect. She's
Oh,
almost
it's Halle
white.
Berry. Yeah, yeah. I
What did
said
you say?
Harry Belly.
Halle Berry.
I'm not good with names.
Yeah. But anyone who's slightly off the beaten path, the very few shows and movies I feel know how to light non-white skin. And this girl, they made her look extremely unattractive, and there's no reason for her to look that bad because
I
we
mean, they
all
didn't have to try
makeup. No
hard.
one looks amazing. So in fact, that was my grouse. Yes, her personal life story was a bit of boring, bit of a snooze fest. But I guess they need to add all of that. But in fact, that was my. So I thought that was the first thing we could discuss, and you've touched upon it rightly, which is the leads, right? So now we know what you and I both think of Lashana Lynch, who plays Bianca Pullman, the MI6 agent. What did you think of Eddie Redmayne, who is the titular Jackal?
He acted very well. I think he's odd looking, but a very good actor. I think I've seen him from his early days when he played some kid in some movie about Jesus, or I forget the story, but I remember noticing him then. And then, of course, Fantastic Beasts. He's acted in those series. And he's done a good job. I think he's played it very well. He's played his role, he's played his part. And they even go back to the history of his character, which made a lot of sense and, aligns everything from where he got his skill set, what's his way of thinking, his
Mhm.
mindset, his training. So I think there's absolutely, I mean, I couldn't find any flaws in that. And yeah, I
So
mean,
Eddie
he's
Redmayne,
played his part.
Vishay, you and I, we watched this miniseries years ago when we used to download stuff illegally. It was called The Pillars of the Earth.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's more than 3 years. Yeah,
it had to 2010, according to the according to Wikipedia, that
27.
show came out in.
Uh,
Yeah. So he played this young, yeah, he was the sort of second hero in that show. And then I remember seeing him in this movie called The Dutch Girl. I forget. Anyway, I didn't like
uh,
him. I found him, I don't know. First of all,
but that's the role he had to
he's
play. Like he
so
has to be
odd looking.
dull, and he has to be forgettable. He's not an attractive young man that everyone will notice, right?
Mhm.
He's just another face in the crowd. And so that's the whole point. And he also dresses down. He's not like walking around in some designer suits. He's just passes you by and it'll take you 2 minutes to say that, oh, I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, I
I see
guess
that's the only flaw. I see that
that.
flaw is there
Hmm.
towards the end when the cop in Croatia recognizes him. and for no reason at all, she suspects there's something wrong when they're going door to door,
Mm.
knocking and asking if people are okay about the fire in the building.
I don't think
That
she
I thought was a very
suspects
weak
him.
point.
She just finds him shady. That's her cop instinct. Is
But
like, this
why?
guy- something about him doesn't sit right with her. Anyway, that I think that's
Anyways,
what they portrayed. I don't remember.
I mean, overall, there is a lot of masala. I'm sure that
Yeah,
when
there's a
people
lot of
watch it, they'll
masala. I
find
mean,
their
like
own
he's
loopholes.
yeah.
I mean, for one guy to be like an expert in everything is like he's great at technology, he's great at
Ah, he's a hero. He's a
driving.
standard hero. Yeah,
Yeah,
he can do
so
it all.
all of that is a bit this thing. But yeah, overall, very entertaining show. Must
What did
watch.
you think of that irritating villain, UDC, who's always swimming?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Acha.
like one eccentric billionaire, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, again, these are yeah. I mean, they didn't.
But what irritates me now is this whole shit about inclusion in every show. They have to have homosexuality. They have to have people of different ethnicities. I mean, it's too much. Now they have like, people who don't know what their gender is. All of them have to be in every show. That's
The
getting a bit too
world is
much.
made up of people from different genders and different ethnicities. So I think if a TV show represents that, it's not a big deal. It's good.
Not every show,
Not every show
my
has
opinion.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, UDC, who's sort of a villain slash target slash whatever you might call it. I know I found him very annoying. He didn't do it for me at all. Like I just got irritated with him. I didn't either hate him or root for him. And of course, he's
but that's the beauty of his acting. So because till the end you are not invested in him, you don't want him to be saved, or you don't want him to be caught.
UDC.
Who's UDC?
I'm talking about the villain, UDC, not
Oh,
the
not the villain. I'm
not
talking the
Eddie
main guy.
Redmayne. No,
Oh, the
Eddie Redmayne.
UDC.
I was
He
rooting for
has
him.
no role to play.
In fact, Eddie Redmayne, the fact that's I think that's what they do, right? He's clearly a black character, black as in dark, right? He's not a good guy. He kills people for money. Now, whether
Hmm.
he's killing a good guy or a bad guy doesn't matter. But that's the manipulation these shows do, that you're rooting for someone who's, by all standards, not a good guy. And we're rooting for him to get away with it because he's portrayed as
Hmm.
the hero, right? So I guess every villain can be a hero. It just depends on the story, how you look at it, and how it's presented. So
Hmm.
strangely, I mean, of course, I was also rooting for the cop, but between the
Why?
two, no, because she is the ultimate good guy. She is the cop. She
Everyone in
work.
Listen, no, everyone in our office only irritated with her. Okay.
Who was irritated with her?
And her boss, that other black guy, a subordinate, right?
Nobody was
And
irritated
her
with her.
character, like they show
No.
that, yeah, she like, I don't know, I just didn't like her character or her acting.
Well,
Period.
we disagree. She is the cop hot on the trail of a hired assassin. By on paper, we should all be rooting for her. You always want the cop to get the bad guy, to get the assassin. But in this case, I was very conflicted, right? I actually also wanted him to get away, while I did want her to catch him because she's been hot on his heels for so long and she's sacrificed so much to get after him. So I think that was interesting. And what it also shows is that it's really about how you portray someone or something, right? There are no good people in the world, there are no outright bad people in the world. Your loyalties can lie anyway, and yeah, you just have to kind of stick by
Anyways,
what you've decided.
she is, I mean, okay, forget her, but otherwise it's a good show,
Yeah.
binge worthy.
Yes.
The really good thing I liked about this show is that even though those episodes are, I think, about 45-50 minutes per
Yeah.
episode, a lot happens.
Yeah. That's
Like
true.
it was refreshing to see because usually you see these shows, like the first two episodes will be interesting, then it picks up again in the end. The middle, those one or two episodes, they just drag it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah.
In this, I think every episode is like,
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has a lot to offer. So it's very entertaining. And for those GOT fans, there are quite a few actors from that show in this movie.
In the show.
So,
This is not a movie, it's a
oh,
TV.
in the yeah, yeah, in the show.
Yeah, and no, I agree
True,
with you
true.
completely. Really, they weren't
Mm.
doing any world building or random like inner thoughts and monologues. It was like tuck, tuck, tuck. Action kept happening. He moved at
Mm.
least three countries or three cities, I think, in every episode. And speaking of moving around Europe and the amazing tour of Europe that we got, special mention for his home that they show in a town called Cadiz in Spain. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but
Caracas.
it's not Cadiz. It's Cadiz. Cadiz.
Okay, this.
Cadiz?
I don't
Okay, we'll see. Why don't you start figuring out how to pronounce it and also how to get there? Seems like a good destination, don't you think?
know. Yes.
Okay,
No.
cool. So, any other thoughts on Day of the Jackal, or shall we wrap up episode 2 of Vishay and Nidhi review stuff?
Yes, we can wrap up. We'll say, get a chance, do watch it. Very entertaining.
Yes.
Um, I would give it at least a 9 out of 10. And what else? What else? Anything else about the show?
And please
Mm,
don't be colored by Vishay's thoughts on colored people because he's
yeah, I don't have thoughts on colored people. It's just her. I'm not generalizing. I'm just saying I didn't like her.
okay.
Yeah.
Just her.
Huh.
We're
Just her.
not bigoted over here.
Yeah. And for an agent,
Awesome.
she's in very bad physical shape, by the way, let me tell you.
But she
Couldn't
was so
run to catch
strong.
a. What's wrong?
She was running all over the place, man. What do you
I
want?
used, we saw her running. A
Guys,
toddler could beat her crawling.
yes. Hmm.
Uh,
I mean, no one can run like him. Okay, he survived
She's
without
an
food
agent.
and
She's an
water
MI6
and lying
agent.
under boats for days. And my God, nonsense. He's
Yeah,
really.
so they show his training. He has been trained in special forces. And
That's
that's what happens when you do MI6 training. You're supposed to have some physical traits to carry out a field agent's job.
hmm.
If she was behind the desk, she's perfectly fine.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
Okay, so I think
mm.
I agree. It's a good show. I wouldn't give it a 9 on 10. I would give it a 7.5 on 10.
What
Not a
would you give a 9? Like, give you a reference point.
for a TV show.
Uh,
Oh gosh, now I was not prepared for this question. A TV show that I really enjoy. I would give Severance a 9 on 10. By the
uh,
way, part two, sorry, season 2 of Severance is about
uh,
to land.
Dubai Bling.
The Bibling I would give very high points.
Really?
I mean, it's a
Huh?
little irritating, makes you want to kill yourself at some point, but
That's what you would rate 9 on 10.
no, I would give it a 1.9 on 10. The Bibling is really crap.
No, so how much what is
I'm
your
saying
reference point of
Severance.
him?
Severance.
I have not seen it.
You've seen it, it's on Apple TV Plus. They work in this office, and when they enter office, they forget about their outside life, and when they go back home, they forget about their office life.
No, I've not seen it. I don't know who you
Please
watched
watch
it
it.
with.
Watch it. It's really good, and season 2 is landing very soon. So,
Ah,
not landing, dropping, like the kids said,
uh,
used to say 5 years ago. I don't know what they say anymore.
yes.
Okay, thank you, Vishay.
You're
Wonderful
most
chatting with you
welcome,
as
Nidhi.
always. And we shall
My
see you
pleasure.
again soon on Vishay and Nidhi review stuff. Bye. Oh, sorry, we forgot to tell you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
What? What channel? This is our private channel. Who
And
do you think is going to
leave a
watch
lot of
this
likes
nonsense?
and positive comments. Let's make the world a better, happier, kinder place. Bye.